What is going on, guys? TAS Official here, bringing you guys another discussion video, and today we're going to be talking about the dance episode. The episode that all of the more shippers and fans are excited for, premiering next Thursday, and today we're going to discuss our predictions as to what's going to go down in the episode. These are all predictions, so whatever we say is not true at all. It might be true, but we'll see. Anyway, today out with me doing these predictions is...
Hey guys, it's your Sock Puppet here.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Alpha EV.
And today we have a returning special guest. Introduce yourself.
Hello, this is Purim. Thank you for having me back.
Welcome back. All right, so dance
back.
episode next Thursday. What do you guys think?
There's a dance episode next Thursday?
I'm just as surprised as you are. Like, what is this?
Yeah, it's not like we've known about the episode for a few weeks, right?
Right.
What? Anyways, yeah, just based off what we've gotten so far from the previews and from the summaries, it's gonna be mostly a Serena-focused episode. All I see happening is just the dancing itself and lots of worshipping hints. I do expect a lot of worshipping hints based on what we've gotten so far. Of course, this being a dance, Serena wants to dance with Ash and whatnot. But aside from that, we're also gonna be getting Arya and Sylveon.
Can't forget Yashio.
Yeah, Yashio. That's another thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. I kind of forgot about her. But yeah, just that's basically all I have so far. There are some things to look forward to aside from more shipping, of course.
Right, from the two previews, I mean, the Serena faces themselves, they're already great. I can't wait for more animation just like that. If we get that kind of animation for Serena's face, what about Ash's or Mieti's? So that's hype as well. But aside from that, I mean, there's lots to look forward to. Aside from a more shipping hints, we got Eevee evolving into Sylveon, and then we got Arya and Serena interactions. And then we got Yashio. What role is she going to play in this episode? Or is she going to be a background character? We don't know. So what about you, Prim? What do you think?
I'm thinking about Yashio, or for those listeners who are more familiar with the dub, she's known as Palermo there. I don't believe she'll be playing a very active role in this episode. I don't believe the clip from the New Year's special we saw where she was addressing Serena directly. I don't believe that'll happen in this episode, based mostly on chronology of clips we saw in the New Year's preview. But she will have a presence because you do have her voice actress a lock for the episode for the role of Yashio. So, my prediction, it kind of ties into the tag battle, which in the New Year's preview, Pierre mentioned was the main event. I believe that Arya will be one of the people who chooses one of the pairs to dance, or to battle rather, at the end. And it could be that Pierre chooses the other pair. But I bet you that Palermo will be watching Arya's choice and will go, Arya knows the girl that I've been watching too.
You did bring up a good point.
Go on.
No, I was just gonna say you did bring up a good point there.
Yeah, I hope it turns out like that.
Like seeing Arya for advice regarding like who's going to be the next Arya, you know, who's going to be the next Colors Queen, who has the potential or not. I think I could see that happening.
Right, there's so much potential when it comes to that. There's so many different outcomes as to what could go down. So if that does come to be, hopefully.
If Arya chooses Ash and Serena to be on the same team, does that make her an worshipper?
Everyone's an worshipper at the end of the day. No, hopefully. Hopefully. But aside from that, I mean, like, we don't really have a lot of information as to what Yashio's going to be doing in that episode. But what about you, DJ? What do you think?
In general, yeah, like, I think, you all pretty much said it all here. Like, there's a lot of potential things that we can gather from the previews that we've gotten so far. It's like we have most of the pieces to the puzzle here, and we just gotta figure out, like, how they all fit together. Like, as the news about Palermo being there is pretty recent. So I think that's really interesting that she's going to be there. But yeah, I don't think there's going to be much of a big important role for her in this episode. But like, I'm really interested to see like what she ends up doing in this one. And I like the idea that there's going to be some kind of interaction between her and Arya. Maybe talk about Serena. Like, yeah, that's about it.
Right. And something
I
else.
think we have a.
Oh, go ahead.
Go on.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think we have a pretty solid idea for the chronology of the episode based on the clips that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
The episode probably opens up with Serena checking her email or whatever she's doing on that PC. She gets a message from Pierre inviting her to the dance party. She fumes over Ash a little bit. On their way to the party, they run into Miette, who immediately suggests that she go with Ash as his partner.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get to the party itself. The dance starts with Pierre and Arya dancing, and then we have the huge ballroom scene where Serena starts dancing with Clemens, given no one else to start with, and then they trade partners to make their way around the room. And just as Serena is reaching Ash, like when you see that from the preview at the end of XYZ 11, they're like holding their hands out to each other. I feel like that's when the time will be called, just to kind of yank Serena's chain a bit. This is supposed to be a comedic episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Writers like to troll
At
us.
that point, I expect the battle periods to be chosen, ending up with Ash and Serena up against James and Miette. I guess that leaves Clement and Jesse somewhere. But then the battle happens, Evie evolves, and then after that, we really don't know what's going to happen. We also don't know where Palermo fits in any of this timeline. So there's still quite a bit left open, but we also know quite a bit of what's going to happen.
Yeah, I guess you could say that the plot is kind of predictable at this point, but we still don't know what role Palermo is going to have within this episode. That's she's the odd one within this episode because we don't know what role she's going to play.
And that's the exciting thing about this episode too. Like, we don't know what's going to happen after that. I mean, aside from that, we know for a fact we're going to get hints and then all these interactions with all these different characters. And like I said before, we don't know what's going to happen after that. So there's just so much stuff that fans are going to be hyped up for. And I don't blame them. I mean, an episode like this only comes once in a while, just like the date episode and other few episodes. But this episode has so much potential to be a really good episode.
Yeah, and
I have to give a shout out to Mighty Inna Girl, who Ash is seen dancing with in one of the previews. I believe on Tumblr they're starting to call her Luna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen actually quite a fan art of her pop up. So.
Yeah, she did appear in Serena's 4th and 3rd try Pokemon, so that's pretty cool. Seeing other contestants return. Not
Yeah,
just
like
that
how they're
new one.
consistent with that. They actually have like the same contestants like coming to places similar to how Serena and Jesse and the others also do it.
there is one question or one there's something that does concern me. This being a dance for trap Pokemon performers. Whereas Shauna and Nene, they are also Pokemon performers, but according to the VA list, they're not going to be within this dance. So
Maybe they just weren't around,
Yeah, I'd assume they're just like somewhere else far away that they can't get to it.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that given that this, if you think about the in-game map, this dance occurs on that little tiny route with the bridge between Kuraway Town and Snowbell City. It could be that they're just on some other part of Kalos right now.
that could be the case, or I don't know, maybe they could have some different date and time for that event for other trap Pokemon performers. That could be the case.
Who knows? Maybe Sean is still helping Trevor with Tierno.
Yeah,
Took
that's
longer than anticipated.
right.
They're getting ready for that Zapdos episode that's coming up.
Trevor's gonna return. Like, guys, I need to come back. Oh, the lens is closed. But aside from that, You know, we're talking a lot about Amor shipping, you know, Arya and Yashio or Palermo's role in the episode, but what about, I want to talk about a little bit more about Team Rocket, because we know for a fact they're going to be in the episode. Now, what roles, like, I know they're not going to play a big part of the episode, but what roles do you think they're going to play? Like, do you think they're going to go along with it? Are they going to come up with a plan to win, you know, ruin the whole dance thing? Or,
Now,
where do you...
Given that
Go ahead.
given that we can't really have Team Rocket throwing away their disguises yet because Jessie just earned her first key.
Oh, you bring up a good point. Yeah,
Oh,
right.
it'll ruin her
I don't
reputation.
think Team Rocket's gonna sabotage the dance. I think Jessie might stand around to the side indignant that her dancing wasn't chosen, but I don't think that they're gonna sabotage the dance.
Right.
Yeah.
Then obviously Jesse needs a partner as well when it comes to the rotational dance. So, you know, Jesse and James, you got your rocket shipping there too. That's gonna be good to see as well.
Now, I'm just saying, if Team Rocket somehow ruins the chance for Ash and Serena to dance with one another, a big pile of solid is gonna come my way. Just watch. If that ever happens. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Hopefully it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't think it will, but oh boy, if that happens, like everyone's gonna be angry.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So
Come on, Team Rocket, just won me back with the Team Rocket theme song. Don't screw this up.
I know.
Exactly. They're on thin ice right now with a lot of people. Like one little slip can screw it up.
Yeah.
Even though they
No,
got
I think we're gonna get some good stuff, especially in 2 weeks when we have them fighting Team Flare to protect Zygarde.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna help them out.
Yeah.
But yeah, regarding Team Rocket, like what Prim said, I think they're just going to mostly play along with this whole dance because otherwise, she did bring up a good point where if Jessie decides to ruin the party along with James and Meow, it is going to ruin her reputation as a Pokemon performer. So yeah, I don't really see that happening. I think she James, and Meow are just going to play along with the dance.
Right. And it looks like James is going to be Mieti's partner for some reason in the final double battle between Ash and Serena. So, what are your thoughts on that? Like, why isn't
Think
Jesse
about
there?
it, it makes sense, kind of.
Really?
Sorry,
Please do
I didn't mean to
explain.
speak over you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But, like, yeah, why do you think that's the case? Why isn't Jesse there?
Well, think about James. He's an aristocrat. He's probably gone to dances like this before while he was at home in Kanto. It's obvious that he'd be really good at this dance. In fact, that might be the whole reason that these characters end up getting chosen for the tag battle, because their dancing was the best. I mean, I know I just said that their dancing was the best, but all of us are remembering Ash lumbering around when he was trying to imitate Tierno. But you have to remember that Ash was trying to imitate Tierno at the time. He wasn't dancing like himself, and we've seen him able to do traditional Japanese dances before, back in the original series and in Best Wishes. So it's entirely possible that he'll be graceful and on his feet this time.
That's probably the case.
Ballroom dancing's a very different thing than Tierno style.
Right. And a lot of people are saying, too, like, you know, the first time we did see the screenshot of Ash and Mieti dancing with one another, people are like, okay, so they're going to dance. That's going to be the whole partnership throughout the whole dance. Like, no, it's a rotational dance. I just want to remind the viewers out there. I mean, we did see it in the preview, so just like.
But there's a chance. Just saying.
There's a chance, and that we're gonna get to that soon. Before we go into all the possibilities of Amor shipping hints and all that, I do want to talk about though Bonnie. Hashtag Bonnie knows, and maybe hashtag Clement knows. Maybe we could get that in this episode. So what kind of hints do you think Bonnie's gonna give out? Because obviously you can't have an episode like this with Mieti and Serena without Bonnie saying something to Serena, teasing her, or giving one of those faces like she did in the second try Pokemon.
Well, I mean, in the preview we just got, like, when Miet is asking Ash to dance, we see that Bonnie is standing right next to Serena, and she's getting all mad, so I'm hoping that Bonnie takes notice of this and makes some remark toward it.
Right.
Yeah. Me personally, I don't expect Bonnie throughout the episode to be giving any major hints, but just some minor ones, you know, like maybe just taking into account that, you know, just Bonnie knows, I guess. But
Right.
Yeah, like I said, I don't see anything major happening from Bonnie. Just
What-
some minor things, perhaps.
Right. And what about you, Prim? What do you think?
I guess my prediction is, like, Miet's gonna ask Ash to dance. They're gonna start walking ahead. Serena's gonna be pouting and clearly angry with like a silly anime face on, and Clement's gonna be all, I wonder what the big deal is. And Bonnie's gonna be like, bro, you're so dense.
Oh, come on. This is why you're not getting any episodes focused around yourself. Come on, man. Step up your
Ooh,
game.
okay, okay. Game roasted.
No, but aside from that, what about Clement though? Like, I don't know why, but I see that happening in this episode. Or maybe he already knows.
Well, if it's super duper obvious this time, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could already assume that maybe Clement gets the idea, but doesn't want to confirm anything.
Maybe he just keeps it to
Just-
himself and, you know,
Yeah.
not visible to viewers to see that.
He's known the whole time, guys.
It's like, I did it before it was cool. Anyway, moving on. The outcome of this dance. So we know for a fact we don't have any information after the double battle, like what's gonna happen after that. But, you know, nobody has answered this yet. Getting one at the dance party. Well, now it's titled Catch One. So what do you think that Catch One or Get
No,
One
don't look
means?
at Bulba. Don't look at Bulba. Go to Pokemon.
That's
Food.
my fault, my fault, my fault. Okay, getting one at the dance party. What do you think that means, though? Because we still don't have any idea what that means, and a lot of fans are still wondering about that as well. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Probably the closest thing I could think of would have to be the evolution. I mean, we don't know any other more information after the outcome of the battle, so that's all I could come up with so far, just the evolution.
I mean, I think that just happens by itself, though. You know, like they're battling, and then Serena says some motivational words, and then Eevee evolves. And or maybe Serena gives one of those faces. Remember when Fennekin evolved?
Okay, actually, I just came up with something. What if getting it is a prize that would, like, an accessory for Tripokylons? Because we already know that Serena's gonna have her next Tripoklon sometime soon. And of course, given that the fact that what Eevee wears for Tripoklons, she's gonna have a different style for Sylveon. So what if the prize is some sort of accessory or something that could help Sylveon, receive some appeal during the performances?
How convenient. The prize is a Sylveon costume, and Eevee's all like, alright, I gotta evolve so we can win that. No, but,
I feel like it's a good guess, especially toward what getting one means. But it doesn't 100% jive with the history of titles like this. In Japan, there's a lot of episodes that use the words get or getting, and as Bulbapedia likes to overgeneralize, it usually means a capture. There's episodes like Fukumaru, I get one, or I got one rather, and that's the episode where Ash catches his Gibble. The only time it wasn't in reference to catching a Pokemon was, I believe, like one time in Hoenn, where Ash earns the Flame Badge from Flannery.
Yeah.
So
But
it's weird. It's not going to be a Pokemon, because any Pokemon we would have seen spoiled already.
yeah.
It could be Eevee's evolution, but history doesn't lean in that way. It could be a prize. I'm actually leaning toward it being some sort of prize for Ash and Serena to share.
Yeah.
That brings you back to, what could it be that Ash and Serena could share that would be fair for them to share? Because if you get a Tripokalon thing for Serena, well, that's nice, but Ash doesn't get anything out of it.
Well,
and
maybe it's just maybe Ash is just helping Serena win it.
Right, like, it doesn't have to necessarily be for both partners. Maybe it's just for the female contestant. Who knows? It's just a thought.
I feel like we're overthinking this.
Yeah.
I
mean,
my
my
see
be-
it, it's gonna be
feel
like
like-
so simple.
My
Well, of
best,
course,
like
Yeah.
my best guess, it's a locket. Like, hopefully it's a locket, you know? She put a picture on one side and then the other one on the other one, hopefully. And, you know,
My whole
Go for it.
yeah, I know the locket thing. My guess is that getting one is going to be the last dance of the party.
Yeah, that's something you
Yeah,
mentioned
that-
earlier, and I really like that prediction, because
Yeah.
it seems like it's the only one that actually makes sense aside from getting a physical prize. But yeah, you want to explain that more?
Unlike the date episode, where the biggest mention of date was from Serena herself in her mind towards the beginning, and then it was basically dropped and never brought up again. This time we know that it's going to happen multiple times through the episode. Serena wanting to dance with Ash and reacting to it in some way. At the beginning of the episode, when she thinks about it and turns red, when Miette swoops in and takes Ash to the dance, when they're dancing and she's about to get her chance. I feel like that this is all intentional chain yanking, and that they're going to get the dance at the very end, and that's going to be the prize.
You know, hopefully it goes like that too, because, you know, they're dancing and then the narrators are like, now that Ash and friends, like, you know, won the double battle and all that, and they're still dancing, like, it's just showing them dancing, and then their friends are obviously watching Miette and Clement and Bonnie. Like, Bonnie's probably blushing and Clement's smiling. The narrator's talking, and then it just, you know how they do those freeze frames at the end? You know, it just shows both of them dancing together, and then it ends right
It's
there.
beautiful.
Oh my god. Please, writers, do it. Do it.
Por favor.
Alright, so,
Have faith in a Mode.
Yes, please.
alright, so is there anything else that you guys want to talk about before we get into our final predictions when it comes to all these more shipping hints? Anything else?
There was something in my mind, but I don't know. I'll probably remember it as we go on. But for now, we could go on.
Alright, so what, before we get to the final part of this whole prediction discussion, Miette, I don't think we talked a lot about Miette. What kind of interactions do you see happening between her and Ash and Serena? Like, obviously, she stated before, if you keep your, well, actually, Prim, you remember it better than me, if you want to say it.
The Japanese is keep your head in the clouds, I'll steal Satoshi away from you.
Right.
The dub has her say, if you don't tell Ash how you feel, then I'll tell him how I feel.
Right.
And then you have episode 80, where in both versions Miette goes, I haven't forgotten about our other competition either, in reference
Basically.
to,
Right, and now we go to this episode, and this is her opportunity. There's nothing stopping Miette from dancing with Ash. So, what do you think is going to go down between Miette and Ash and Serena? Your predictions, guys?
Obviously, without a doubt, there's gonna be a lot of teasing from Miette.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, from what we already saw in the previews, Mia stealing Ash from Serena to be as a dance partner. Yeah, that's basically okay. Well, maybe during the dance, Mia might pull up some moves with Ash that will probably make Serena even more jealous. That's basically all I have.
She tends to do that towards the end of every episode she's in. I mean, the first one, her stating something to Serena. Well, that sentence that Prim said, and then the other one saying, "I'll see you next time," and obviously Serena is shocked by that, but she gets
Exchanges some final words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, what kind of send-off do you think Miette is gonna get?
Well, if it ends up, if
depending
the
on how
episode
the
were to end
episode
off,
ends.
yeah, like if
Oh,
the episode were to
go
end
first.
off with them dancing, there wouldn't be much for me yet to say to her. So I guess it just depends.
Right.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I mean, she could still go, have you told him yet? You just danced, have you told him yet?
Yeah, maybe we get to see another side of Miette, like persuading Serena, helping her out to dance with Ash. Maybe we get to see.
Yeah, just for once, Miette helping Serena out a bit.
Please, man, she needs all the help she can get. Please, just make it happen.
I'm wondering if before Miette asks Ash to dance, I wonder if Miette talks to Serena about it and seeing if she's asked him yet.
She probably
Oh,
asked. I mean, think about it. Like, what if you can't go to somebody and then not knowing if they're together or not? You know, it'd be pretty weird or rude.
Well, I just mean like as opposed to asking Ash if anyone's asked him to the dance yet.
Oh, okay, okay. I see what you mean.
That's actually pretty
Yeah.
tricky. I can see going either way.
Yeah, I think they have some sort of conversation before Miette asks Ash to be her dance partner, or before they head off to the party.
Right.
I mean, that's what usually tends to happen whenever we get the character of day introduced.
Right.
Well, no, never mind. Just keep going.
Okay, so did you remember what you wanted to say, or?
No, but you know what? You could keep on going, or if you want to end of the discussion, that's fine with me.
All right. So now that we're towards the end of this discussion / prediction video, your final thoughts. What's gonna go down?
Writers, please don't tease us too often or too heavily within this episode.
What about you, Prim? What do you think?
I have faith in Amode that we're going to get a dance. I feel like there's going to be a lot of attention drawn to it, because everything in the episode, other than Eevee's evolution to Sylveon, at least as far as the previews go, seems to be pointing to the whole "Are Ash and Serena going to dance?" question. Now, we might just be getting jerked around, but based on everything we've seen, this seems to be the case. So,
Yeah.
my big question mark is hanging over how does Ash treat it? Does he?
Well, looking
Is
at
he like?
okay, you can finish up.
Go on. No, go on.
Okay, I was just gonna say, looking at how Ash, happily agreed to be Miette's partner, I don't think, I think Ash is going to behave the same way if Serena asks Ash if he wants to dance with her.
Maybe he'll scratch his nose again, like he did last
See,
time.
that's what I'm talking about. Do we have? I want to see how Ash reacts to Miette asking him, and then I want Serena to get a different, shyer reaction. That's my New Year's, Christmas, whatever wish you want to call it.
Your late Christmas wish.
Yeah.
Late January, snow apocalypse, Christmas.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want Ash to shyly ask Serena to share the last dance.
Yeah. I mean, from the previews, we did see Ash, extending his hand to Serena, and he didn't have any problem. Maybe after, like you said, Prim, the prize is a a dance with one another, and the whole audience just watches. So hopefully, he does that nose scratch there. Like, Serena, are you ready to dance? And then, he's smiling and all that, scratching his nose. But yeah, hopefully we do get to see a hint from Ash, and hopefully that's the case. What about you, DJ? What do you think?
For me, from what I've seen from the preview so far, I think that whatever happens, I think it's gonna be a fun time for everyone. I think even people that aren't too big on worshipping are gonna find something to enjoy in this one, and I think that's really what makes an episode a good episode.
Right.
And as for the dance, I think it looks like it's gonna happen, but even if a dance doesn't happen, I think that at the very least, Ash and Serena are gonna get some kind of moment, and that's all I really want.
Right.
Yeah.
And something that I did want to mention, this is not just going to be another filler episode, everybody's going to forget about this, because obviously this episode's going to have meaning. Eevee is going to evolve, so whatever happens in this episode is going to carry on in the future. Obviously Miette's here, so she's going to remember this dance. If she ever appears again, she's obviously going to mention this. Maybe or maybe not. But, yeah, maybe something... I'm not expecting something huge and worshipping related to happen. Something mild, small, but maybe it's gonna carry over to another, or maybe towards the end of the X and Y and Z series, like they're gonna remember that dance. So this is not an episode, right? So this is not an episode that I think both characters are going to forget. Like, oh yeah, like remember that time we danced? I think they're gonna mention this later on in the future, in my opinion. But aside from that, it should, like DJ said, it should be a fun episode. Overall, obviously, Worship is not going to become canon. I want to state that now. So if you guys are expecting it to become canon, stop. It's gonna be a fun episode for our more shippers and everyone alike, even if they're not shippers. And I think it's gonna be a great episode. Any final
Baby
thoughts?
steps, people. Baby steps.
Right.
That's the work that way in real life.
This is why the
Still got
ship.
about 2 more years.
All right. So any final thoughts, guys?
Nope.
All right.
Guess
So.
not.
Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this discussion / prediction video. This has been Tassofficial, and joining me doing this video discussion is...
Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a DJ Sock Puppet. I'll see you another time.
Alright, guys. See you later. My name is Alpha Evie.
This is Kieran once again. Thank you for listening.
And hopefully, see you guys in whatever video I make next. See you later, and have fun this Thursday.